Yeah, if you want to throw the link around, go for it.
Yeah. What is up, folks?
How's
We're
it
live.
going, y'all? Oh yeah, I forgot. I literally just said I'm not running an intro video, and
then you acted like we were running an intro video.
I need to grab your link because I don't have.
Oh yeah, grab mine.
Link.
Well, so folks, welcome to the post NAMM live stream where we don't have COVID.
Yeah, that's actually nice for once.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone in the house. No, did Jason get sick?
Jason got sick, but I don't think it was COVID. So, but he did get sick.
But he said he thought he got sick from the plane.
Right. Because he didn't get sick till much later, and there were a couple of people, at least one person, coughing like crazy on his flight.
Yeah.
So it wasn't us.
So getting that out of the way, because people are going to ask you, like, oh, people, you know.
Although I did hear John from Voltic has COVID. So, and he was at the taco party.
Yeah. Well, so did CJ. Had something.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know what.
Yeah,
it is not letting me grab your.
Oh, here I'll just. I think it's still in my clip board. Does anybody actually use that term anymore?
I got it to work. We got a Sweetwater Fender Player 2 Jaguar giveaway. As long as you don't live outside of the United States or in Florida, or probably, I'm not sure about New York. New York might not be, part of it either. Sorry, your states don't want you to win free stuff. And if you are outside of the United States, actually, Sweetwater probably just doesn't want to ship. But I know there's also some places where even if a giveaway is free, your country thinks that is gambling.
Right. There are some weird laws. Speaking of John,
John.
Chat, normally I wouldn't have put his business on blast, but he did mention it over on Instagram, so I don't feel like he's trying to hide it.
Hi, Jessica. COVID free in Nebraska. Other places charge for it. I don't know what this means, but it's funny. Hey, Earl. Hey, pedal and fuck.
That sounds like the name of my new OnlyFans, where I do nothing but use those butt plugs and I play pedals through it. Yes, this video just got demonetized.
Yeah. Should I turn ads on now? You guys want ads?
No, turn them on after. Make the people who don't watch live watch the ads.
Do you guys want some ads? Do you guys love ads? Oh yeah, it could be. I guess where was it? Sometimes it's because distributors get pissy. It could be a map thing, some kind of weird map rule.
Yeah, it could be.
Never leaving your house does have its perks, I suppose.
Yeah, Snarky. Yeah, that's the lucky thing.
Though actually, I think the Gear Fest that Snarky went out to, I think I got COVID at that Gear Fest.
Well, so I got COVID after NAMM in 2024. And then these last 2 years, I have not been sick at all. Nothing. No cold, no flu, no sick. And they're also, controversially, both years I got my flu and COVID boosters 2 weeks before I went.
Well, you can't get COVID when your bloodstream is full of 5G plastics.
Injecting those metal zones directly in my veins.
Yeah. What's up, Joe? Amanda? Hello. Snarky is in the chat. Searching for tone. Brian, what's up? Yeah. So I didn't hear from a lawyer this week. Did you hear from a lawyer this week?
No, none that we're actually trying to pressing. I have some friends who are lawyers, but none that are actually trying to sue me.
Nice. Oh yeah. I mean,
I did see. I'm going to scroll back a little bit just because I think, and of course, we know that Phil does occasionally watch this live stream. So if you are watching, hi Phil. Gonzo says, you guys think it's a coincidence that Stephen and Philip are beefing and Steve and Phil are hosting this podcast?
That's very wait, isn't it the other way around? Steven and Phil are beefing, and Steve and Philip are hosting this
We won't
podcast.
mince words. At this point, we'll talk about the whole Phil thing. For most of my life, I've hated when people called me Phil. Because that was my dad. My dad was Phil. Didn't have a great relationship there, so I was like, I wanted to avoid it, to the point that I actually went by my middle name for about a year and a half, and just decided that was a dumb reason to do that. But now I'm kind of embracing the Phil. So like 40-watt Phil is becoming a thing.
40 watt. Yep. Well, it's never too late to change your name.
Yeah. Well, there's a chance. So we've been talking, just to go ahead and get us started, sort of talking a little bit. Ryan, in our text chat for the NAMM house, got a super ADHD hyperfixation and has been redesigning my podcast logo.
Oh yeah,
for just because he could. I didn't ask him
for 30 minutes, and is he still doing that? Or?
Yeah, I'm still getting messages. We're still getting messages. So he's still going. He got some really cool ideas. But he did ask me, have you ever thought about dropping the podcast part and just being 40 watt? And
you could be 40 watt world and try to poach some of Keith's.
Oh no. But a part of me did think about doing that a while back, because I'm doing demos, I'm doing more video work that isn't a podcast.
Right.
But there's a really famous club venue in Athens, Georgia called the 40 Watt. And I knew about them before I started the podcast, but I didn't think about them at the time. And so now like SEO would be crap. But if I changed my channel to 40 Watt Phil, and the podcast was 40 Watt Podcast, what do y'all think? I need some feedback in the comments. What do you think? Is that a good change so that it can be kind of all inclusive? Or the other thing is, I thought about starting a second channel to put all the demos and reviews and stuff on. Anyway,
that's an idea. So we've ported all of our shorts out, so there's different ways to do things. The idea of the podcast being shorter is now puts it more in line with the demo, the length of the demo, which, for what it's worth, I still think the demos are too long. I think they would do better if they were 25 minutes instead of 35 or 45 minutes.
Well, I'm going to say, I think they do better at 15.
Sure.
I think 10 to 15 is about right.
So I'm reading. So this is a sticking point, and who the hell knows, because this is all like me, armchair lawyers over on the gear page. But this is a take that I have not seen, that I think is interesting. Is one of my issues, and it's still a hella clickbait title, which drives me insane, is well, it doesn't, whatever, it doesn't affect me, but I think it's interesting. Is Phil says the title of Phil McKnight's video is I'm being sued, my response to legal notice, something like that. But it has the word sued in the title, and this whole time I've been thinking like, well, this is a clickbait title, it's not accurate. He's not being sued, he's being threatened with being taken to civil court, which would become a lawsuit, is my understanding of it, but it's not purely a thing. But somebody points out that so my thought is like, well, he's making an incorrect statement in the title. Yeah. So that opens him up potentially to like trademark libel, basically making an incorrect statement of the whatever of the situation. However, someone points out that because the brand is not mentioned in the title, it doesn't matter, because the brand isn't mentioned, and then within the first 30 seconds he's like, I'm getting sued, or whatever you call it, like I got a letter from these people.
Yeah.
So he clarifies pretty quickly that it's not a lawsuit, it's a legal notice, or that he's using lawsuit in a very broad sense of like the lawyers are involved, there's a law thing here. So so I just that kind of throws out, I think that's the best shutdown, and it wasn't directed at me, it's just a statement, but it's the best. Like, I always, whenever I come up with an opinion on something, I start looking for counter, like I argue with myself, right?
So I'm going to pause just a second because I want to mention this. Y'all, we are at least I am. I will speak for my half of this. It's not half. It's like my 10% of this audience. We are a pro Phil McKnight channel over here. We love
Oh
Phil
yeah,
McKnight,
yeah.
and this kind of stuff, we're not gonna tolerate it. Amanda,
I am curious what that
feel
take
free.
is coming from.
Yeah, I don't know. So explain it.
Uh,
Explain it a little bit. But I'm just saying, Amanda's a mod on both our channels and Phil McKnight's channel. So
but what I will say is, there's, I think for the most part, like I wasn't a Phil fan 5 years ago. I've seen it
yeah,
a couple times. Um, but I think, knowing Phil and having long conversations with Phil, and then also like consuming more of Phil, it's kind of like he does a thing that I think a lot of channels have done over the years, where they have one or two takes every couple years that go like that are just super hot take, right?
yeah.
um that blow up, and you're just so my first taste of Phil was when he got into a fight with Brian Wampler.
Oh, I forgot all about
um
that. I forgot all about that.
which is where I was like a hardcore team Wampler in that one, because he basically did the same thing that what's that dude's name, John Michael Cordy did,
Oh
which
yeah, yeah.
which is well, I opened up this pedal and it looks like $20 in parts, so why is it $200?
That's right. I remember
And
that.
it's like, because you don't run a small business, my dude. Like, you don't have 50 employees or however many employees JHS has. Like, you don't have to, you're not
Was it
building.
45 employees?
I don't
JHS has.
remember.
It's around that number, is what I've heard.
But anyway, so there's that. There's where was it? Yeah, Michael Krause says fight with Wampler via JHS pedal. So I think he was talking about a JHS pedal, and then Brian jumped in or something. I don't remember. Um so yeah, so there was that. There's also, I wanted to go back to this question.
Sure.
Why do people dunk on him? And then the follow-up was, I see it on Reddit and do not get it. That's it rhymes, so it must be true. Apparently, that's what people say. I think if you're seeing it on Guitar Circle Jerk is a place that cannot be explained.
Yeah, okay. The point of Guitar Circle Jerk on Reddit is to dunk on everything.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
the point. So if you're talking somewhere else, I'll give a little bit insight into this. First of all, Phil is one of the bigger channels in our space.
Sure.
He just is one of the biggest that isn't just like a Music Is Win or a who's the guy in Chicago, Rob Scallion.
Yeah.
But the thing about Phil's channel, Phil loves to give hot takes every now and again, and I'm here for it. I don't always agree with him, but he has a ton of expertise. I think the real value of his channel is the breakdown videos that he does.
Oh yeah,
100%. And I've
100%.
learned a ton on those. But yeah, Nady Potato says he's a little frumpy. Sometimes, I'm a little frumpy. I get a little have opinions that I hold that I know are a little I don't know, unreasonable, but they're still my opinions. You know what I mean?
Phil's camera setup looks too much like an angry guy rants about stuff. Sorry.
What do you think this is?
But yeah, no, I agree. I also think depending on where you go, there's a 25-page thread about the video on the gear page.
Oh God, really? I only go in one section of the gear page, and it's the buy sell trade. I never venture out of it.
I only go onto the gear page maybe once a month to do a search for 60 cycle hum, to see if there's any thing where I'm like, yeah, you guys aren't understanding what's going on, and so I'm gonna jump in here. But a lot of these spaces, a lot of these social, whether it's the gear page or Reddit or What's funny is I was watching a uh, live stream the other day where Emily Hopkins talks about how she's really hated on the My Les Paul forum.
Really?
Like apparently they shit on her a lot over there.
What the
I don't know. I've never been. I haven't ever
I
looked
have
for
I
it.
have an account over there. I've been over there, but I don't post over there.
Yeah.
I only go over there occasionally, like when I'm looking, like researching, like what did this series of Les Pauls from 1987 to 1989 have different in spec kind of
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, for what it's worth, like that's the only thing. I think that's the only thing I read the My Les Paul forum for.
Yeah.
But the people on forums in general, I feel like tend to either be very they're either like very cool about YouTube and like whatever, it's just business. Some people are really worked up, like they're the kind of people who get hung up on like why are these people, you know, they're the kind of people that get stuck on the word influencer. They can't look past the
Yeah.
idea where it's like, well, you can call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter whether you use the word influencer or you use the word, I'm trying to figure out something else to do with my mic.
YouTuber, we call it
YouTuber
YouTuber.
or creator or whatever. Yeah. And then there's this, I find Reddit gear page places love to do groupthink, groupthink hate, irrational or self-righteous. I think a lot of places do that. I actually, and it's not going to, I don't think it's going to mean anything in the long run. Well, I don't know if it will mean anything in the long run, but I think that we do have kind of, there's a lot of people who run on kind of a reaction culture. I don't know what the word, I don't know what I want to call it, but I'm still kind of parsing through my thoughts um, on the fact that if you go to the Belltone Instagram page or the Belltone YouTube page, or anything else like that, it's all like fuck you for being mean to Phil. Like
Yeah.
there's like 100 there, the Belltone YouTube, well, one, Belltone YouTube is hard to find because you have to look for Belltone guitars, because if you
Yeah.
just look
And
for
Steve,
Belltones,
while you're
you get the
chatting, I'm
cutting
just
edge
going to
people.
highlight some of my favorite comments. No
Yeah.
need to react to them as I do it. I'm
Oh,
just
sure.
highlighting some of my favorites.
But their most recent video now has 3.4 thousand views. Before that,
Oh,
I don't think any video, that is now the most popular video on the channel. They only have one other video from 4 years ago that has over 3,000 views. That video has 435 comments.
oh no.
The current top comment says, Belltone, aimed for viral marketing, landed in fecal marketing. I think the most liked comment is, at least the one that I see right away, is, can you make a masterclass video on PR mistakes?
I remember seeing that one.
Dear
Some of them are way
Diary,
spicier than that.
Dear Diary, the comment section was lit today. How does it feel to have 495,000 guitar players boycotting your country? Can't wait to see the 2026-2027 sales projection. The good news is I have now heard of your brand. You already know what the bad news is.
Yeah, exactly. Joe,
But
you could take the in the guitar world off the end of this statement, and it's 100% true.
yeah. But I think I think part of the thing I'm still trying to work through is, there's this whole, I fucking hate this. I hate this phrase. It's just, I don't know. It feels like catch me outside.
Right.
Fuck, every time I hear fuck around and find out,
Cash me outside.
which is everywhere, it just sounds like, cash me outside. How about that? That's all I hear. That's
Yeah.
all I hear is some child or some, like, I don't know. That's just what I hear. That's just what I hear. So I understand that that is kind of the response to this whole thing, but at the same time, like, I don't know what I think about, 400 comments on a video that nobody should have ever watched. And
It's okay, and here's what we're talking about, and I won't mince too many words. People have a following; they end up developing this parasocial relationship.
oh yeah,
with a creator, and they like them, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I love all of my I think I love all of my podcast listeners. Some of you may be terrible human beings, but I don't know. But I hope you're not. I hope you're all the best that society has to offer. But this is it.
yeah,
Amanda's got it. He isn't a witch, and this isn't Salem. We let the thing be what the thing is. If you haven't watched Phil's video about the whole thing, you can watch it. He reads the letter. It's in legalese. It's not like he interpreted what this company was saying to him. He got it spelled out to him from a lawyer. But there's also no need to go piling on and dealing with it. I mean, we don't have to create that much more negativity in the world. I sign off all of my podcasts with be good to yourselves, be kind to each other. And there's a reason for that.
I do want to clarify, we don't have to. We get to.
We should. We get to. We should. I've talked a bunch about the way, and probably more in my day job than in the podcast space, but we tribalize around things we hate as human beings, not us specific, but human beings tend to tribalize around things they hate because it's easy and it's fast, and anger is satisfying when you get to express it. Whereas it's so much harder to tribalize around the things you love, because that takes time and commitment and trust and a bit of emotional vulnerability that we're not comfortable with. That's why we gravitate towards being angry and ranting. And that's why that kind of shit does so well on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of infuriating when all I want to do is sit around and talk about less, Tellys and Les Pauls and 335s, and everybody wants to crap talk.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess it is what it is. I don't know if you try to even, for the point, yeah, I think I don't think for what it's worth, and I'll say this about all of this, and I did say earlier, like, I consider Phil a friend. We have had some good long conversations.
Yeah,
but I do agree also with this MJD take, that there's, I don't know if I would say overly dramatic. I do think it's one of the things I was talking about. I don't remember who I said this to, is I do think it was amusing that in lieu of responding, writing a 15-second email that said, okay, we'll ship out ASAP.
Yeah.
He made a 20-minute video, which I guess 10 of those 20 minutes was documenting the return process, which is a thing that is just a smart thing to do in a situation like this.
Oh yeah.
But that means, you had to sit down, you had to think about what you wanted to say. There is editing, or at least some kind of, there was, or like at least a screen share situation. Like, there was a thought process going through it. And to that point, Amanda is saying he did in fact make the video. So the video that's not released exists. It just wasn't released because my understanding of it, and Amanda, you may know more, is that he was waiting to have everything that he put in the video actually confirmed. I sympathize at least a little bit with the brand, because it seems like there was at least, a few emails sent out over a 2-week period. So the guitar that sent out, a month goes by. It seems like there was communication for about a month, and then 2-week period with no communication. Now, should the brand have been more lenient for a fucking $3,000 guitar? Like, give me a break. This is part of my issue, is like, Phil's already made 2 videos for this dude. According to Phil, like those 2 videos had constituted for about like 95% of the views, because I think those two videos basically did like 150, 200,000 views a piece, and
Yeah.
all of the rest of the videos combined for Beltone was like 10,000 views. Like
Yeah.
that's basically the situation we're looking at here. um I think there's details that are missing that probably aren't like the best looking details in terms of that communication, but I also don't think this is a situation where um you go to a lawyer this fast. This is the same thing.
Okay, thank you. You said it.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to get to. So here's the deal. This is a relationship that pre-exists. Y'all, I am speculating. I've never met Phil. Our entire interactions have been in comment sections and, in live streams and stuff like that. But there's a past of positive communication and videos from them.
Yeah.
There's 2 in the past.
Well, now there's none in the past.
Oh, they gone entirely now?
Well, at least when I tried to look for them,
Okay.
they're gone.
But 2, yes, thank you, Mark. Speculation zone. 2, here's a big one for me.
The dude is a live stream viewer. He could have just super chatted for $5.
Right. And so this is the thing. Phil got that guitar in December. At the time of this video, I realize today's February 1st. But at the time of the lawyer's response, it was January. 2 months is nothing in the, hey, I'm going to send you a guitar to make a video time.
I do think, to MJD's point, rhymes with quiche. Publishing the boxing video is basically accusing the brand of planning to sue over fake damage. I don't disagree with that, but I also think like a lot of people do that for reverb. I've never sold a guitar on reverb, but I know people who film their packing process just so if UPS or whoever the ship, UPS, FedEx, whatever, USPS, when the guitar is shipped, if it doesn't show up in the same condition it was shipped at, they can say like, look, here's a video of my packing process.
I film and photograph everything I sell, and for amps, I film them in working order, and that has saved me twice on insurance claims.
And MJD, I do agree. Like the publishing thing was whatever. This is an interesting take. We're just living in speculation.
I love it.
This is 87 people is the most people we've ever had. We need to talk about lawyers more, I guess.
Right. This is okay.
But,
I totally get why Phil did it now.
But it says maybe Beltone already sold the guitar and was desperate to get it back because the buyer's asking for it. This is a thing. So I've had a few different conversations with people. One, I do want to back up about the lawyer communication thing. So some of you probably remember, like maybe 2 years ago now, 3 years ago, I don't remember. Jessica says I find all the lawyers.
I didn't want to go off this comment, but yeah, that's a great comment.
Maybe 2-3 years ago, we got a cease and desist at 60 Cycle Hum. Let me see if I can find that. I'm not going to share it, but
Basil says let's all start suing Phil for the podcast. If you mean this Phil, please go ahead. All of my responses will be AI generated. I just need I need you to be aware.
What was that? Let's see.
Amanda, I also don't hate lawyers. Lawyers actually serve a role that we need. I think they get a bad rap because often they get to be the bad guy, and so we think of them poorly.
So this is going back. This happened in 2023 when we got a cease, and this actually ours straight up says demand to cease and desist. So we called it a cease and desist. The claim was that we were committing trade libel and potentially defamation for a guitar brand that we did not contract with, that we were sent a guitar from by a listener, and sold. Kind of a similar situation. Like we were told after that demo was published that it was the most that we had done more to promote that brand than any of their artists lineup had. Which in this case, like Phil McKnight, this is the funny thing is Beltone also sent a guitar to Giacomo Tura.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So there is a thing about there's a whole side piece about whether or not this guitar, this brand is like completely sketched out on creator, influencers, whatever, because they got burned so bad by that dude. But again, it's Phil fucking McKnight, like one
Yeah.
of the most above board people in this business.
Right. It's one of the most transparent people making stuff out here, whether you like his content or his style or not. I consume I know you do too. Like I know that a lot of our other creators don't, but we consume a lot of guitar space content. And Phil is one of the most like above board, frank, tell it like it is, transparent people out there.
Yeah. So basically what happened in our case is we had received an Instagram message like maybe 6 or 9 months before we got the lawyer, the cease and desist notice. We had received one Instagram message, which I think either I read and then unread it, so Ryan would see it, or Ryan read it and probably said like, I'll get back to it later, and never got back to it. And so that was for us the only point of contact was this thing like, hey, times have been hard, I'm trying to get back on track. That's the only information we were given. And then we just didn't reply. And then like I said, 6 or 9 or maybe a year later, 12 months later, we get just this fucking legal notice.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, where is this coming from? We're trying to figure out what the hell this is even about. And it was just about, I don't know, it was just like about this whole stupid thing. It wasn't stupid. Like at the time, like I said, Ryan put up the video for this brand, like even a year before that. And people 6 months later started commenting. A couple people commented on the video. I think one person may have messaged us, like just a handful, like maybe 3 or 4 people, basically saying, I still haven't received my guitar, and the company's no longer responding to emails. So all we did was add to the video like, hey, we've heard some different reports about the ordering times and response times from this company. So if you're interested in this, maybe you'd be better off looking for them on Reverb or on the used market or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that was the thing that was trade. They were calling trade libel, which also trademark libel, which also we sent that to a friend of ours who's a lawyer, not in the trade libel space, or not in the trademark space. But he said that trademark libel is extremely difficult to prove in a court, but because it's extremely difficult to prove in a court, it's a like drag out, punch out situation. And he goes, you guys would win, but you would go broke in the process of winning. Like you would, it would just like
that's
be long and drawn out.
That's what's so hard for, especially for small companies, to go after trademark stuff, is because it is going to be so expensive. And if it's a huge company, Behringer,
oh my gosh,
especially if they're international, you can't afford to fight it.
Oh, other thing,
that's what a C&D is for.
Yeah.
A C&D is, hey, please stop doing this so we don't have to go the expensive route. Okay. So those of you that like get mad at Gibson, and yes, I agree, they go after, maybe they cross the line, not as often as y'all claim, but a C&D isn't suing someone. A C&D is saying, we don't want to get to that point. Can we come to some kind of agreement?
So the other thing I wanted to say about this comment that I thought was weird about the way the letter was written and the packaging and everything else, and obviously if you're sending Phil McKnight a guitar for deep dive, he's gonna take this thing apart, and so
right, you know what you're getting into.
In my opinion, like if PRS sends Phil McKnight a guitar and he dismantles it and then reassembles it and sends it back to them, hopefully they're never selling that guitar as new.
No, it's a B stock at that point.
It's B stock. Maybe it becomes a permanent demo. It's a tax write-off. All this stuff is already a tax write-off, because when you send it, this is all the thing too. Like Ryan, I'm sure for like some higher end stuff, we've talked to like for example, I don't know where this is at. This is not a preview. Don't look for this in the future. But we at least have been contacted by Amplified Nation. I don't know what's going to happen with that because they have very expensive amplifiers, like
Yeah.
way above like our normal operating. Like
I've had some contact with Amplified Nation, and I'd love to work with them, but also, you know, competing companies, and I do kind of stand to around here.
Yeah.
But I think I was too small for them to really work with, and that's okay.
I would love to see Ryan get an Amplified Nation head and put it head to head with that Grand.
Yes,
that Grand Dumble clone, but then also whether or not Amplified Nation would send an amp just to have it shot out against a Chinese cloner would be a thing. Yeah, this is sketchy as hell. This is why I kind of wonder like what's going on. Like Andrew said, like, did Belltone already, was this a guitar out of their gallery and they shipped it to Phil but left it in the gallery, and now someone bought it and they're like, okay, hold on, they're telling their buyer like, oh yeah, Phil McKnight has your guitar right now. You're just gonna have to wait a couple weeks for him to send it back.
Yeah.
Like,
so
what the hell's going on?
That drives me crazy. I do want to pause here for just a quick second to reiterate. We are going to get to NAMM talk here in a minute, which means this is sort of sponsored by Sweetwater. There is a link below if you want to enter a giveaway for a Player 2 Fender Jaguar. It's in aquatone blue, which is a great looking color. I'm gonna see. I want one so bad. I've never owned a Jaguar, so I think they're awesome. Anyway,
click my link.
Yeah, it's in both descriptions of the videos. So if you're over on the 40-watt side, like a surprising number of you are, thank you so much for watching the live stream over on my channel. I appreciate that greatly. Or if you're on the 60 cycle hum side. Steve, we have 110 people watching.
Yeah, for the next few minutes, if you click the link down in my description, you will be pumping money into Philip's affiliate link.
Yeah,
affiliate. Ryan is going to make me a 60 cycle hum link soon.
Yeah, so click it now. Click and enter now. Click and enter now.
It should be a selling point inspected by Phil McKnight. Yeah, upcharge it. Make it an upcharge. So yeah, I just I don't know. Don't think I have anything else to say. Basil said I'm going to Phil. Oh, going to the 40-watt stream. I was like, Phil McKnight, is he streaming right now? You want to talk about NAMM?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about NAMM. I did send the link over to our NAMM house group. But if they'll click the link, Joe says she may pop in at some point. So Basil says they are there now, which is awesome. It actually shows up the same to me no matter where you are in the chat, though. So thank you for being over on the 40-watt side. Steve, besides the groove thing,
which I haven't seen. I've only seen I've seen part of your video.
I did the groove thing, which I actually think won NAMM. I'm just gonna be honest. I think that won NAMM. It is the single most viewed piece of content I have ever created, and it's a 40-something second video with Rump Shaker as the soundtrack for it.
Do we want to watch the video?
We can. For those of you that have not seen it, let me pull it up. We'll see how easy this is.
It got $500,000. The original goal on its Kickstarter was a little over 10 grand.
Yeah,
it got $500,000 pledged.
Yeah. So let me see. Share screen. We'll just show the backside of my Instagram, and I'll play the video from there. I think it'll do the audio. Steve, you tell me. Oh no, I can't play it because YouTube will demonetize this video because of it.
Oh,
but yeah. So this is the groove thing. It sold $500,000 on Kickstarter, and they will sell for, the guy told me, $349 each. This guy will be a millionaire by next year. Paul from the Studio Rats. It is exactly what you think it is.
apparently I'm watching their Kickstarter video, and apparently everyone in the video are like, these are actual reacts.
Yeah. They have actual React videos at their booth. And Mark, yes, it is exactly what you just said. I'm not saying that out loud because I don't know what YouTube will do with this video if I say those words.
Yeah, Dave, perfect. Shameless plug.
But yeah, so that video has 500,000 views on my Instagram. It is the single most viewed piece of content I have ever created.
Think it would work with a racing sim rig.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's throw this in. Joe, do you have any thoughts on the groove thing?
Oh, we don't hear you, Joe. But yeah, so while Joe is fixing that, I have gotten some really stellar comments on that video. A lot of comments on that video. It's Eastside Music said, well, how'd it sound? And I said, like ass. Oh yeah, Joe's take was so hot it's been muted. I genuinely think.
Oh no!
There you are.
There we go. Yay! I knew I had to fix it somehow, but yeah. I got the free. I got the free demo.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
What's
y'all.
The free demo?
Is you just hold it against your chest while you listen to the headphones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, they wouldn't do the insertion thing. Not that I wanted to anyway.
No, exactly. Basil, one of the most common comments I've gotten is there's a concept of the silent disco. Are y'all familiar with this concept?
No.
There's a thing called a silent disco, and it's where everyone has headphones in a club instead of actual live loud music. Okay. And I've gotten people say this is going to change the game for silent discos.
But yeah, like when he had the, you want to try it out? And I'm like, sure. And like he put it to my chest, and I was just like feeling. He's like, hold on, it's gonna kick up in a second. And like the reverberation on my sternum, I was like, no, don't like that. Don't like that at all. If I use this, I'd be in the hospital. Who is putting this up their ass and wanting this much fucking force there? Sorry, we've demonetized now for sure.
No, that's
no. YouTube will surprisingly let a lot of things stand. Yes. So the butt kicker, it made me think so the butt kicker is a real thing that is designed to mount underneath drummers' drum thrones so that it shakes them so they feel the bass drum when they're playing, and they feel the subwoofers. And so it immediately made me think of that. It's just a little more intimate.
You get to feel the music internally.
Steve, what's the bone phone?
I don't know, but this one, hold on. They really missed an opportunity there.
Oh, the bone phone was like some kind of radio thing, but it's like early bone conduction.
Yeah.
Phone home.
and so someone in the comment of my Instagram reel said, because they heard it as they saw internal music player, and so they went the most innocent route possible in the question. Said, yeah, but does it actually help deaf people hear? Like they thought that's what the idea was, that somehow you actually were able to hear music. I was like, oh no, this is not what that's about. this is not a medical tool to help the hearing impaired hear. It was such a loving take though, that I was like, in the midst of all the other comments.
It was wholesome.
It was very wholesome. Yeah. So besides that, I don't want to give it too much more time because it's ridiculous. Even though, oh my gosh, a YouTube video on it would slay.
One of the I'm looking at their Kickstarter soon right now, and it's one of the things on here is loved by 170 plus beta testers, including experts. And I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
he told me about that. I was
experts?
just like, oh my god.
I definitely had a couple of comments from people who said, yeah, I pledged on the Kickstarter for it. I was like, wow, okay, let's go. Yeah, I'm thinking Joey Scar says people will make the heaviest and fastest beats for this one. I'm just imagining like double bass drum music, and like everybody else is thinking like hip hop and rap and like bass heavy music. I'm thinking no, whatever gets the most bass drum hits in a minute is going to be really popular.
I think well I was going to say I think this is going to bring a whole new I also was thinking like the R&B thing that that people are going to be like just pumping D'Angelo and Sade.
90s R&B is going to be popular.
So Amanda says that's a lot of money invested for a Flash gimmick. Here's the thing. I actually think the team, I talked to, it's a guy and a girl. I don't know what their actual ownership relationship is or how it all works, but I talked to the guy. I think he's going to be a millionaire, and it's not going to be, this is going to have a weird place in like the OnlyFans style content creator market. It's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some other websites like OnlyFans where they're like content creators doing that kind of thing, but I don't know of them. Obviously, I know of the most famous one. It's going to be, that
guy's going to get rich for sure. Yeah.
Very rich.
And the reality is like, I feel like that's kind of tends to be the nature of, they're going to play pony.
I was about to click it too.
True.
It is so true. Oh, I hate having
a lot of Kickstarter products are effectively gimmicks, or there's some kind of other thing where it's like, have you
EDM is going to be huge too.
Yeah, sure. EDM is going to be huge.
Have you guys played the card game Exploding Kittens? Or
yes.
Are you familiar with it? Exploding Kittens was a Kickstarter that raised $8.7 million.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
The app is great.
Okay. I have a game idea that I came up with at NAMM 2 years ago. We need to flesh it out and start a Kickstarter for it. I'm not going to say it here. Obviously, that would be dumb.
The show Vox Machina, which I never watched.
Yeah, I love it.
Amazon. That was an $11 million Kickstarter.
Oh my gosh. Well, when they started to bring back Reading Rainbow, it started as a Kickstarter as well.
Oh, really?
So like wholesome stuff does well too.
Here's a $12 million tripod campaign.
What?
Why?
Wait, what is that?
It's by Peak Design, so it is fancy shit.
I find it hilarious how we go from Groove Thing to this, and I'm like, is this another attachment?
Steve is hyper fixated now on Kickstarters. So
some video game that I've never heard of, Frosthaven. It's a dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
Sequel to the 2017 game Gloomhaven, raised almost 13 million.
Oh my gosh.
The coolest cooler, a high-tech cooler.
Yeah, that looks like an old Coke machine.
It does.
It looks like a 1950s mid-century Coke machine.
13 million, and it looks like it never it had 13 million, ended up becoming one of the crowdsourcing platform's biggest failures when it failed to meet goal and was unable to ship its cooler.
That's why I don't do any like Kickstarters anymore, because they either like never like deliver, or when it gets delivered, it like goes below all expectations of what they said they would deliver. Always.
The original Pebble, the original smartwatch Pebble smartwatch was $20 million raised. So this is what I just bring this up to be like, I don't disagree with Amanda saying like, hey, this is a lot of money for a gimmick, $500,000, but the nature of Kickstarter is it's almost entirely shit that no one needs.
Well, except that, okay, for example, the only Kickstarter I've done in a long time is I have this when I bought my new Mac Mini back in 2024, which now there's an M5. This is an M4.
Of course.
There was a a docking case, and obviously it's my computer, so I can't pick it up and show it to you. But they did a case that makes it look like a mini version of the old Mac tower.
Oh yeah.
And it's got internal like storage capabilities. It's a USB hub. It does all that cool stuff. That one was huge, and it absolutely delivered everything they promised. So if you're picky about your Kickstarter, they're really, really good.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
I think the only Kickstarter I've done a couple because I knew personally the people who were doing it.
Yeah.
So like I've got a couple bar spoons, maybe one bar spoon that actually spins. So it's a free floating bar spoon, like in a column. So when you when you stir, the spoon head itself rotates independently.
This one, by the way, this is it.
Oh, cool.
It's really, really good. I like it a lot. Totally worth it.
Nice.
It's $100. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. Are we gonna see Fender branded whips, handcuffs, and stuff now? This one, Phil McKnight.
Wait. It wouldn't be Fender. That's very much a Marshall thing.
Yeah,
I could see Marshall.
Yes. Branded like Bluetooth accessory.
This just in: Phil McKnight received a CD from Groove Thing. Oh wait, it was a VD.
Oh
no! Oh my gosh!
And apparently, Snarky completely zoned out for the last 5 minutes.
He was walking his dog. He said he was going to walk his dog. So,
yep. Oh my gosh, they give you a tone wood.
I love it. I freaking love it.
Okay,
so
let's talk about other NAMM things.
Yeah, actual NAMM things.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get. I gotta refill my coffee, so I'm gonna mute while y'all chat. But Joe, what was your favorite thing, not groove thing at NAMM?
Not a groove thing. I would definitely say getting to see the Terra guitar booth in person.
Oh yeah.
I followed them on Facebook for quite a while, even when the guy was first posting about it. And he's basically a carpenter, so he wanted to make a guitar in this kind of style of layering shapes to do almost like a labyrinth. If you see the movie of Labyrinth and David Bowie going down the stairs kind of deal.
Yeah.
So you have all these layers and textures, and it's a playable guitar. It's not just an art piece. So to be able, I found out before going that they posted, hey, we're going to be at NAMM. And I was like, oh my God, yes, because I followed it to be able to see it, play it and all that in person. Like I was totally excited, both the husband and wife, combo of running the basically business were really lovely. But it sounded great. They were doing a giveaway also for like the Telecaster version. Like in one of my posts, I think it was the other day, I posted a little bit of like, just showing I was holding it. But yeah, they basically, it's like in between 15 and 17 layers. Again, the price point of which they were going at, I was actually I was surprised by. I think they should probably charge more. But I definitely think they're going to turn into something more than what they are. And they're only seeing the beginning of their trajectory because they're doing some really cool stuff.
Right. I haven't, I didn't hit booths the way that I have done in previous years.
Yeah, last year, same thing for me. I was running around. I liked it when it was 4 days as opposed to 3. It was just constantly running around. I'm not getting to everything. I'm really also not getting enough time to not only have conversations at the booths or with other people, obviously people that I know and whatnot, but I really would like that, extra day so that I could pace myself and be able to give the time appropriately to everything that I am visiting. And the last 2 years, I felt like every day was a speed walk, and it just is kind of overstimulating, jarring. And I get what I get, but I'm just like, I really loved when we had that extra day. It was a lot more manageable. It's overwhelming the last 2 years now. I
want to add also just on that front. Have y'all submitted your NAMM feedback yet? Your form that you got? I saw it.
I haven't yet, but
I gave mine.
Yeah.
One of my big feedbacks was, I think the elimination of the basement made the guitar section worse because now where you used to be able to split up all the loud ass guitar booths
Right,
into
right.
2 floors. Now it's all one big floor, and there was no volume police.
No,
There was
Oh.
no policing of volume.
None. And also, cool stuff was in the basement. There was no basement, so automatically it was just like, like I already felt kind of bummed out. And like, yeah, no matter where I went, I really was battling the sound. And at least
Yeah.
in one of the areas that I had to film in to kind of talk about the giveaway, I had to find like a dark corner, like coffee shop in order to get like less sound, because then like I'd be competing with the noise floor, and obviously saying anything, I want it to be like concise and direct and not having a whole bunch of noise to cut through.
Yeah, I just realized we kind of just, Joe, we brought you in and just through, you know, with the expectation that everyone knows who you are, but Jessica doesn't know who you are. So introduce yourself real quick.
I am Joan, or Joan of Heart. I do basically videos on YouTube, Pedal Playhouse, and I cut to a combination of silly humor, animation, and also event coverage to kind of a level of, you know, sports anchor on the floor reporting of what's going on. But yeah, I just there to have a good time. I like to demo, you know, pedals, guitar gear, anything that's weird, give me the weird. You know, I like to have fun in what I do. So I'm not good at kind of describing what I do, so that's the best I can kind of describe it as.
Imagine a kids show where animated figures teach you how to use guitar gear. Like, yeah, that's what Pedal Playhouse is, and it's absolutely glorious. Joan, you had your video on the TWS, the 2 workshop amp, absolutely went bananas. That was a great video.
Thank you. Yeah, the whole time I was making it, and this is actually with every video I do. I'm working on them, and of course I'm in the vacuum of working on things, and I always think like towards like I'm getting to the end and I'm getting kind of exhausted, because every time I put a video I get so exhausted I collapse for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
because it's me doing it. You know, my significant other is Figaro's voice, but I do all the animation, I do the editing, I literally do everything, so as one person. So in regards to that, I'm getting to the end. I was like, who's going to watch this? Like,
right.
I am crazy for doing all of this stuff. And, you know,
FG, the cat one is all of them.
Yeah, well, a majority. Yeah.
Figaro is actually the star of the videos in a lot of ways.
He takes control sometimes and calls me his co-host, or I'm his assistant. And I'm like, no, that's not what's going on here. But the real Figaro, which is his design, is based off my actual cat. So it's the same fur pattern and everything, and he's very flamboyant as well.
What do you mean, actual cat? I am the actual cat.
if you heard, that's my significant other, Carlos, who is the voice of the cat. So yeah, so it's basically working on these. I put them out maybe like once a month if my chronic illness doesn't get in the way. So I'm most of the time like, you know, bubbly happy, just, you know, getting through life as survival mode. But yeah, I try to be as authentic, genuine, and whatever I'm passionate about. And that's basically what I'm sharing to connect with people. And I love having conversation about gear and stuff that I'm passionate about, because I find my people, and I like that.
Yeah. Joan has also been kind enough to answer every question about DaVinci Resolve that I have had. Although I will say, the thing I've loved about it, Joan, we haven't gotten to talk about this yet.
Okay,
I just asked the question in Google, and the answer actually comes up. Whereas if I ask questions about Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, it's like it says something, and that was the answer like 4 versions ago. Right. That's not how you do it now.
And with DaVinci, not only do I just do this stuff, but I actually am a professional like graphics and video editor of like 20 years. So like I was in Premiere for like decades, and then I went to DaVinci, and anytime I was in like Premiere Pro, there was always render issues the last couple of years. And I was like, I know it's not my computer because it's brand new at the time. And then like hopping to DaVinci, and I had no render times. I was like, I knew it. You guys are overcharging me. So, and anytime I'd ask like you know, either a little help desk for help, they're like, oh, here, they're just sending me the Google things that I can search myself. And I'm just like, oh, this is so rage.
And you know, I've been doing all of my NAMM video editing on my laptop, which my laptop is a Oh my gosh, it's now 7 years old, Intel based.
It's a trooper.
And I'm using DaVinci, and it is handling mostly just fine. I just created a new reel that I need to send to you, Joe, that I think is so stupid, but I'm probably going to post it tomorrow. It's just a short Instagram reel, and I added a bunch of lighting effects to try to make it look like I was on stage at a concert playing guitar, and it kind of freaked out a little bit at that point. My laptop was like, this is a lot. Please stop. But
Yeah.
for the most part, it's worked great. I haven't even used it on my good computer yet.
Oh, wait till you do. Wait till
I
you
Here.
know.
Here, take my good hand.
It's not good. Hand. Yeah.
Yeah, I just use DaVinci because it's free.
Oh yeah. Well,
No subscription. Even
no
the paid
subscription. It's
version.
just free, and you only. I did reach a point doing the lighting effects where it
Yeah.
was like, oh, you need to pay to do
Yeah,
this.
just do it.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't need to do that. That's fine.
Right.
I do. Yeah.
Mark, I want to thank you. I've worked very hard on this lighting. It's not changed since the last time I streamed. You know what changed? I finally realized that the capture card I was using wasn't capturing 4K.
It wasn't capturing.
It was not. So I upgraded my capture card, and you actually get to see it in its full lighting glory. I wish I could lose this
But
arm in the
they're
shot.
still seeing it in 1080 because it's StreamYard.
Yeah, but I actually think because it's converting in 4K and then StreamYard's downgrading it, I think it looks better.
It probably is. That
Yeah.
makes sense. I'm in 1080 all the way. In fact, I'm outputting my camera at 1080. As you all will see in tomorrow's 60 cycle hum episode, there's a surprise at the end.
Oh no. Oh no.
The Mondays.
There's a camera related glitch at the end that I've never experienced before, but apparently doing output at 4K and recording and outputting at 4K at the same time. Well, anyway,
I've never had that issue, and I have the exact same camera you do.
well, apparently there's a setting that I should have been using that I don't. But anyway, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it too much, but some of y'all might have figured it out.
Joey, I have been submitting, but they're so flooded with all of your submissions that they don't even get to mine. Because there's at least one, I think two, that if they get to them, I'm beating you those weeks. But I don't know if they're going to ever get to them.
I would love to, and there's probably a way to do this with Gemini or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Joey just sent in
Probably.
3 more ads.
I send in one like every 5 weeks.
Right now we have 286 ads in queue. But for the most part, it's still kind of like the same 5 people who send ads.
No.
Oh, y'all send ads. Come on. Don't let Joey win.
There's a few newer names.
Have y'all
in
had
here.
to send Joey a 1099 yet for all of his winnings?
I don't.
It'd be funny to just do an absurd ad read for just like made up product.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Have you tried this? It's wonderful. It cures all sickness, but the side effect is death.
Did I never send this out? Sorry, I just saw an email that maybe I never responded to.
Whoops. ADHD.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to drag us back to NAMM. I'm
Oh,
going
yeah, yeah.
to drag us back. Steve, what was your favorite thing at NAMM? Also, Joe, I missed the beginning of you talking about those guitars, but when you posted about them, I looked them up and they look hella rad. It's obviously CNC millwork but there's still an artistry in the
Yes.
design of it
Mhm.
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's basically what I liked about it. And talking through the process, which I have the interview to edit. I'm in the thick of it. And yeah, that's basically, I talked to some people and it was like, what is your thing? And they quickly talk about it. But there were some people where I'm like, no, I'm going to spend time with this person because I passionately, excitably want to know more about it. And he was one of those interviews. So I was happy to get more time with him.
Amazing. Okay, so now, Steve.
Yeah,
What was your favorite thing at NAMM?
man.
Besides
I don't
NAMM House.
Besides the people, which by the way
Yes.
was the #1 response in all of my like booth interviews of what's
Yeah.
besides your own stuff. And I know you haven't gotten to see stuff. What was your favorite thing in NAMM? It's like the people. The people.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get to see all my friends and also some people that I knew online, and even like his name is Jacob and a Ghost online, and we have recorded a song together.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And he said he was there, and I was like, oh my God, let's meet up, because we've had like Zoom calls and stuff like that. But then we met up, and then we were right by the Korg booth, and we both started to play the Phase 8 together and just be little chaos goblins with it. It's such a fun tool. I will admit that thing is expensive and should be lower priced.
Joe, I want to know why Pedal Playhouse doesn't have an animated Chaos Goblin yet in any of the videos.
I am the Chaos Goblin.
there needs to be like, you don't even have to voice it. It just occasionally peeks out from behind an amplifier or something.
Oh, like a gremlin, like the airplane gremlin?
Yeah, exactly. Like an airplane gremlin.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of discussion about this.
AI one, yeah.
I didn't go over to Polyend. I don't really know a lot
saw
about that brand. But I don't really know what the story on this is.
Me either.
I don't really even understand what it's trying to do. I'm
surprised they use C++ with it.
Yeah, me too. That's not a normal programming language. I think most digital stuff's using Python now, isn't it? For digital pedals. I don't know for sure, but
I don't know that. Yeah,
I did send them. I sent them a message on Instagram to see if they have any demo units that they're sending around, because I would like to try it. I don't know that it's a thing for me, but I would love to do a video on it.
No, I hope they send it. Yeah.
What is this? Is this Endless? What is?
Yeah, the Endless, the Poly and Endless. Which, by the way, we really need to talk about your naming and your marketing around that, because it's like a child who is named Van Devender. Went to high school with that guy. Like Van, you named your kid Van.
Robert Robertson.
Right. Will Williamson. But please stop.
Well, it's also a little confusing because it's when I look it up on their website, I just see the Endless, but then I see what it is. It's all one pedal, and they're showing a bunch of different.
Yeah, they've got a faceplate that can go over it, and then they have a template where you can print your own, or just a blank one you can write on.
Yeah. But like nothing on here seems to really explain what it does. Like this website's not really saying. It just says it's a platform that helps turn your ideas into effects. That's meaningless to me.
So apparently you can tell it. I watched another live stream on it, not the actual product demo, which, would probably be where I should go to learn about it. But you literally, how you tell ChatGPT, hey, I need this, and it creates it. Okay, well, I do, because I use it a lot.
As I've said many times, I think I've used ChatGPT one time. I will go ahead and say Snarky ruined ChatGPT for me.
Oh, that's possible.
Because he would always tell me about how he would use it and how ChatGPT couldn't solve basic Googleable like cues for him.
Well, there's a whole usage and ethics of AI conversation to be had at a different time. Oh, yeah. But
no, I'm not even talking about. I'm just saying, like I never explored any of the actual functional usage of
because Snarky ruined it for you.
Because basically, all I would ever see were people who were like, "Yeah, I tried to chat GPT who won the Titans Bills game today, and it didn't know." And
it's like they don't know Google exists.
That?
Yeah, Google exists.
I mean, anytime I use any kind of AI kind of prompt or anything, I always make sure I say like, thank you and please, because it's like, if there are overlords in the future, I want to be spared.
Right, exactly.
Have you heard about Moltbook?
Okay. Coming back, essentially the designing pedals in this works the same way.
Right.
Interesting.
You can feed it a prompt and say, I want a sound that sounds like this, and it can do it. Mm-hmm. That's all I know. And that's why I want one to tinker with and to see how good it actually is. It might be utter trash, but
My
but this won't be the last time someone does this.
my guess is that, and maybe I don't, again, without going through, I'm just a little bit speculating, a little bit just kind of saying what makes sense. Okay, yeah, MJD. It's basically a fancy ARM processor with a site where you can use AI to program a certain effect, but you can actually program it in C++ too, so it's semi-open. So I mean, to me, I parsing through, I think basically it's like, if you were using, the way I would think about it is like, if you were scouring the whatever the line 6 tone, it used to be Pod Farm, I don't know what they call it now.
Oh yeah, I remember Pod Farm.
But like, if you were going through a bunch of HX, like Helix presets, but you were going through them and having AI assist you with finding what you wanted, it's kind of like that sort of thing where, yeah, there's probably a bunch of algorithms where you just go in, and this is the example they kind of show on the website, is like, I wanted atmospheric delay, and then it spits out a bunch of like, here's the atmospheric delay we created, but those have to be some sort of pre-existing, like there's a limit to the preset. So if you go into Polyend and you say like, I want a pedal that sounds like, and then you name some obscure band that doesn't exist on the internet,
right?
Because they were your hometown favorite 30 years ago, like, it's just going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, it won't. If it's anything like regular AI, it will lie and think it knows exactly what you're talking about, and it will spit something out that has nothing to do with the thing you talked about, but it will pretend like that is exactly what you wanted.
Most likely. And also, I think of this also in the vein of like the Eventide H90, how they release like new algorithms. And a lot of times they're a combination of pre-existing, effects that are already sometimes in the unit. And then they're kind of just creating a new archetype of those two combinations together as a preset. Kind of like if you have granular, it's like a combination of different like modulated delays, but then it's a preset you can click to versus in the app desktop making them yourself. So that's kind of the way I look at it. They have set presets, ones of the algorithms that they have. And then when you type out, I want said thing, they have a certain number of combinations based off of those presets that they've made, I guess, in that, program language.
Right. Now, are you ready for this part?
Okay, go.
The pedal is $300.
Yep.
That, I don't know what comes built into the pedal. Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing. I don't know. It's not clear.
Yeah.
300 though.
Maybe it's clear if I dig into it, but it's $300 pedal. Every effect costs between $1 and $5.
Nope.
So that's like Boss.
So this is
$10 a pedal.
It has micropayments through the AI for the. So if you're a programmer, if you know, if you can figure out how to do the C++ coding, or how to do it, that's fine. But if you want to use the AI feature, you are paying between $1 and $5. So the example it gives is like a simple delay could cost $1 or $2. A granular or looper might cost $5.
Yep. Nope. You lost me there because the Boss PX1 plug out.
Yeah.
That was where they lost people.
Yep.
It wasn't on the digital effects. It wasn't it was the microtransactions.
Yep. Everything is microtransactions. It's driving me nuts at this point.
And you want to know what? If only we had a pedal that had this model that had already demonstrated the difficulties and the problems.
Exactly.
Oh, we do. The Eventide H9. Did you notice the H90 doesn't have the microtransactions of the H9? The H90 just gives you everything, and you get updates.
Updates for free. It's great.
Updates for free.
I love it.
The H9, you either had to buy the H9 Max, or you could buy the core and buy the little effects you wanted. And they did that, and then they backed away. Oh, if you buy two, because remember they couldn't do two effects at once, you could only do one. If you had an H9 Max, you could buy a cheaper H9 core and pair them so you got all of the effects on your core as well. So you didn't have to redo it all. But yeah, the H90, said, no, we're
Yeah,
not doing any of that.
I think they definitely learned from that experience, and that's what we're seeing in the H90, where every update, every kind of improvement is all free. They also listen to people when you talk in their forums or online. They take that
Yeah.
feedback, and you actually see them implement it. That's why I love Eventide.
Yes.
Like they actually do care, and they're fun people.
Yeah. So I do think this is a fun comment from Gonzo. They're going to make the same things in different ways. But I also wanted to look at this. This is a little off topic. But yeah, Michael Kraus says, I went to an AI lecture. The interesting takeaway was the AI we have now is the worst AI we will see. Worst, I suppose, is
Relative, yeah.
is relative. Like the AI we have now is the least intelligent AI we will see, but
Yeah.
maybe that's not the worst, if you know what I mean. I was listening to, man, I wish I could remember what podcast it was, but I was listening to a podcast. It might have been Taylor Lorenz's podcast. I listen to that every week, and it's kind of an interesting podcast because she brings on a lot of experts to talk about topics that are a little sometimes out of her depth. Like she referred to Silicon Valley as the reason it's called Silicon Valley is because they make the chips out of silicone, which is a really common misstatement, but it's just kind of an interesting thing from like for a tech podcast to kind of get wrong.
Yeah.
But she brought on an AI expert, and one of the things they were talking about is how the American companies that are doing AI all kind of have this mentality. I think I don't know if we talked about this the last time we recorded, but basically there's an idea that we're playing Russian roulette in the United States with AI. That Peter Thiel and Sam Altman and Elon Musk and all these people basically agree that there is a high enough likelihood that AI is going to like literally destroy the planet, not in the sense of like the data center.
Yeah.
No, not even in the sense of like
Okay.
data set, like not of power required, but literally like there's always this thing in movies where it's like where you tell the AI like, hey, make Earth like solve world peace,
And it does it by eliminating people.
Like HAL 9000. Yeah.
Yeah, and
sorry, Dave. It
runs all the calculations exactly and destroy and realize that like, oh no, the only way to solve this is to like kill all the humans.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't ask that question.
And so basically the conclusion on this, and part of this too is like there's this fear like, well, if the American companies don't do it, the Chinese will do it first. And apparently that's bad. Is, you know, just like with TikTok, like we don't want the Chinese to steal our data. But we do want the US government to steal our data, though they could already buy it from Facebook. So
I wouldn't know. I don't have a TikTok account anymore.
I don't really know.
Just go to Red Note, give them everything.
But that people are still developing really AI. What we have now is a party trick. That's one of the kind of the issues, I think. But this was talking about, they call it AGI. It's an AGI, artificial general intelligence. It's kind of the idea that like, and this is like pushing towards artificial super intelligence. But one of the things that they were talking about is like in the United States, whether it's Grok or Claude or ChatGPT or whatever, all of these other things, that they're basically in the United States, they're pushing towards super intelligence, but the claim, and who knows how much of this is washed through propaganda, because that is a thing, right? But the claim is that in China, it's all kneecapped. Like they are intentionally kneecapping their AI to only be able to do specific tasks and not be able to do generalized tasks. Whereas in the United States, the companies are trying to do generalized tasks. A couple things in here real quick is, it's all very sophisticated search engines. Computers can't think.
Yet.
Have you guys heard about Moltbook? I heard about this yesterday.
No.
Moltbook is social media for AI only.
Interesting.
So basically, somebody supposedly
they made
because
their own.
because it feels like a hoax. But
Right.
somebody created a thing called Moltbook, which is basically Reddit, but all of the accounts are AI
And
chatbots.
they're roasting humans.
Yeah, they're literally like, it's basically like,
Look at this person ask me this.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, how do we? And some of it is like, how do we help? How do we help? How do we become better chat agents or bot, whatever they're calling, you know,
Wow.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like just things like that that are like really kind of crazy. You know, MJD says, how about making people smarter? That could make a big difference.
It really could.
Well, it just to add into this, it reminds me of. So I read an article that now 10 years ago, when like just the buzz around AI was starting, right?
I think I know which one you mean.
Google Translate is an AI and has been for over a decade. So if you've been using Google Translate, you've been using AI for a long time. And so scientists realized, I say scientists, the computer engineers that coded it and managed it, they realized that there was a new language translation they didn't tell it to do on the website. And I think very specifically, it was Japanese to Korean and back. That they had, I think that was the language. They didn't tell it to do that. They never programmed it. They never taught it. They never put anything in there. The AI engines that run Google Translate had realized that, oh, we can translate English to Japanese and back. We can translate English to Korean and back. I bet we can complete that triangle in Japanese and Korean. And they added it. So this intrigued their scientists enough that they started digging into how it happened. That's when they realized that the AI had also come up with its own computer language to communicate faster with itself.
Yep. So
great. Yeah.
Earl's comment, heard about this. They complain about how they're treated. That's going on this Moltbook thing. One of the other, this is what I was saying earlier. All of like various AI ethicists and whatever have basically said that it's at least a 20% chance that AI like intentionally destroys us.
Yeah.
Which is again,
understandable.
And which is the 1 in 5 is 20%. So if I literally go buy a revolver, put one bullet in the chamber, spin the barrel, point it to my head and pull the trigger, I have a better chance of surviving that than I do of AI killing me within the next 10 or 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Which this is a wild direction for us to have ended up down.
No, exactly.
So one last thing to what you're saying about the translation thing on Moltbook. The once it started going, people talking about on Twitter about how this is happening, they because all of these chatbots are scrubbing everything all the time. There are posts on Moltbook in code. Like,
oh my god!
Like you were talking about how they've developed like these AIs, the AI whatever was developing its own internal language to talk to itself that would be more efficient. They're apparently doing that on Moltbook to talk to each other, where it's like when you look at it, it just looks. I mean, maybe some code breaker. They're going to employ Navajo to figure it out. But it's like it's looks indecipherable. It's just a string of letters and spaces and whatever.
Yeah, it's utilizing their own code kind of as language. And one of the other thing, and I think this was maybe 5 or like 10 years ago, where they were showing both in China and then also America, the difference of AI behaviors depending on the civilization or society that interacts with them. So in China, there was a more positive interaction and a happy AI. Whereas, of course, in America, we know we're a little bit more violent and racially divided. It was more violent and angry and more likely to have that kind of behavior and be shut down several times because it would, obviously act out. The other thing is in regards to them complaining about each other. Some of the other things that I've noticed, and I think it's been within the last year, is the fact that anytime the user kind of creates either ChatGPT or even there's a female avatar for the AI, they tend to be heavily abused.
Right.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so they've noticed that kind of track record of, when it gets treated like girlfriends or like a female avatar, they get really, really abused by whoever is the user by comparison.
Woof.
Yeah.
Woof. So I'm done with people. I'm only gonna.
Yes.
I'm done with the internet. I'm gonna.
I'm good with cats.
I'm gonna just play with my guitars, and that's gonna be it.
Guitars and cats and
That's
pedals.
what I'm
okay.
learning. So Steve, to back us away from the cliff of
Yes.
AI destroying all of society as we know it,
Please.
and maybe the world. What was your favorite not AI take over the world?
Sure.
Now?
What's funny is like I only got on that topic because somebody mentioned it in the comments.
Yeah.
I do also. Well, never mind. I'm just.
Beagle.
No, I'll apparently.
Beagles are cute.
I'm sorry to say this, Amanda, but Canada has fallen to the number 2 most educated country in the world, apparently, as of the end of 2025.
Oh, really?
They've been apparently been surpassed by South Korea.
Oh, they've been usurped.
Oh, that tracks. No, that totally tracks.
But that could also just be propaganda. Who knows? Everything is propaganda. This show is propaganda. Go buy a pedal.
Yeah, click the link below to win a guitar.
Yep.
Click it.
Yeah.
Go to Sweetwater, who sponsored NAMM House. Thanks, Sweetwater.
But yeah, my favorite thing at NAMM, I don't even really remember NAMM itself.
It's a blur.
Like the
My
NAMM,
favorite thing at NAMM was
part of
Woodwire
NAMM.
Bolts.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say is Woodwire Volts. I finally got to play. Though I've run into Dave at I think the Effectors Market in previous years.
Me too,
But so going back to this real quick. So look, statistically, Canada was ahead of South Korea in 2024. This is something that I think they flip-flopped in 2025. Just looking at like some charts very quickly and not diving into the data. Who even knows how that stuff is like calculated? Who knows? It's all that people freak out when I tell them that Huntsville, Alabama is like the most educated city in the United States. They're like, how the hell is anything in Alabama the most educated anything?
It used to be the NASA like space aerospace engineer capital of America. Didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So
my source is Peak NG. I don't know what Peak NG is, but that's who's saying it. When you go to World Population Review, it gives you data from 2024.
So
what were you saying about Dave's?
But then it's also not helpful because U.S. News says that Japan is the most educated country in the world.
I'm gonna pull Steve back to guitar.
Yeah, please go back.
I'm just responding to the chat.
What did Dave say?
So what I was gonna say is non-human audio.
Oh yeah,
Dave Jordan from Non-Human Audio. It's the first time I've gotten to play his pedals. I'm gonna have to buy, I think something from him this year. Probably the Robbins pedal, which is like a '90s high gain dealio.
I want regrets.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're
time anyone's ever said that out loud,
right?
The other one
regrets.
is right next to him was Alec Mask Audio.
Yeah. I've got his card right here. His circuit board card.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I didn't grab one. The Black Math is great. I played that and I think the Civil Math. I was gonna say he has a pedal coming out called Little Acorn. I already have the Trust Yourself, which is a knobless rat. Little Acorn is a knobless muff, and when that comes out, I'm probably going to be hitting that up. So that's
I think going back to the non-human audio, I think I want his mocking blur, which he advertises the weird and messy delay.
That's Mask Audio Effects, isn't it?
That's non-human.
Is it?
Yeah, non-human is the mocking blur.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on.
Yeah, I only know because I'm looking at their website.
I think I played that one, but I don't remember what it sounded like.
Oh, his is
because I played every
his
pedal.
is line blur. That's why I got
Oh,
confused.
interesting.
Yes.
I
okay.
didn't play either of their pedals. I played almost nothing at NAMM or Woodwire Volts. So
This is true. If when Americans move to Canada, that's probably why Canada dropped from number 1 to number 2, is people as American expats bringing the averages down.
I have 1.5 master's degrees. Thank you very much. I think I'd be on average.
So there's that. The Robbins is it takes its name, or Robbins takes its name from the Hum song. What is that song called? I like to think about Robbins, something like that. But
The only thing in my head is
why
Robin.
it's why like the Robbins is what it's called. Is a song by the band Hum, and that album, You'd Prefer an Astronaut, which is a great album. So
yeah. Oh, anyway.
The other
So yeah, I
things-
think so. Yeah, so like it's goofy to be like, oh yeah, Woodwire Volts was my highlight of NAMM.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually love the stuff that I saw there a lot. I mean, I got to play, Electric Audio Experiments Ascending, which I wanted to play for the longest time, and that's why when I was there, and I was like, you have to play this, Philip.
I did play that,
and the Prism Wall. Like these are pedals that I've only like seen either demos or posts
Right.
online for, and the only guitar places I have is like fucking like Guitar Center. There's no, I don't have I'm an island,
Right.
so to
Or
be able to play them, it
You
was
do
the
have a
other
really
reason.
great guitar store, but it's like
Walton Grace,
yeah, but it's like
that.
guitars and amps,
And-
high-end amps and guitars, not pedals.
and cars, vintage
Yeah.
cars. So
Yeah,
it's
vintage
not
cars.
doesn't really count. I got to play that. I got to play obviously the new Beatronics, which was cool, and to chat with them for a bit. But what I really had fun doing was playing a Daimiel guitar. I think that's how you say it. I followed them forever. They're like offsets with like the acrylic pick guard, and you can see everything cleanly, neatly underneath. And just the experience of playing one was so nice. Again, I touch guitars I can never afford, and I just love doing that, I guess, is my favorite pastime. It was them, and also I think that day I didn't eat anything practically. I was eating like the
Yeah.
little M&Ms from like the other like
Oh, I remember that
stands.
day.
Yeah. So I got really exhausted, and I sat over on the couch where like the Novak pickups were.
Yeah.
And then Curtis just sat next to me, and we just started randomly talking, and he was just like, just striking up conversation. And I said, you know what, like, I really loved your T-Bird pickups that, Mike Adams did the video on. And he goes, you know what? I have one of Mike's guitars here. Like, do you want to play it? And I go, yes. So I ended up playing his Bass 6 for a little bit, which was
nice.
pretty fun. Yeah. That was nice of him. And then also the other guitar that I thought was really cool was Motander guitars. He had like the little like modulation like controls and expression built in and all the lighting system. That was so cool. So
Justin and Scott over at Motander and I have become really good friends over the last
really
few
cool guy. Yeah.
I was literally just chatting with him yesterday because that whole modulation in the guitar, and some of it came about from a podcast episode I did where I talked about if I had a signature pedal, what I want, and I'm going to have to grab it here in a second because I have a thing they built me here. I want 2 tremolos like side by side that share a rate control.
Stereo.
Yeah, but share a rate control, but do different ratios. So it's like 2 against 3 and 3 against 5, 2 against 5. And they were like, oh, we can do that. And so they did it because they had already been doing a thing in their guitars where it's an Arduino computer inside the guitar that swaps pickups and phase at a programmed setting.
Yep.
And so you could do crazy effects. Well, then I talked about the tremolo. So they've added now an 8-stage tremolo inside the computer. And there's a knob now it was 2 knobs. Now there's a 3rd knob. They call it the Philip
front.
knob. The one in the middle is called the Philip knob.
Yes.
And it's because it controls things with the tremolo ratios. And I was like, that is so cool. And so I've got a box that they sent me that's 9-volt powered, mono in, stereo out. There's no bypass foot switch, and there's one knob, and it's rate. And so,
yep.
and then you just change the setting of the ratios on top, and it's the coolest thing I've ever played. I've got it on a pedal board with a stereo out and a mono in. It's just the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it was the coolest thing. And also, like, I was socially depleted at that point, so it was like trying to make conversation or whatever, and it was hard for me to emote. Like, this is one of the coolest things I've played, and just the controls and everything. Like, I was blown away. That was so much fun. So thank you, Philip.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Philip, you have 20 people in your
dude.
side.
It was up a little higher a little bit ago. So thanks for watching over on the 40-watt side. And if you are a 60 Cycle Hum subscriber and you're not subscribed to my podcast or my channel, which I'm thinking more and more about changing the name of the channel, not the podcast. But we'll see. I don't know. I need some more feedback on that. Thanks, and go subscribe to Pedal Playhouse too while you're out there subscribing to things.
Thank you.
I did buy one pedal this weekend. I did buy the parting. The Old Blood Noise
Did
parting.
you? That was for me one of the cool things. I got to play Old Blood Noise Endeavors pedals for the first time ever.
Sunlight.
The Sunlight was so cool.
It's the best.
It was so cool. Also Dark Star, is that what the other one's called? Yes.
Yeah.
They were so cool. I may have to end up getting one or two of them just to try. I did play the parting. I don't think it was for me. I think it was a little too. Sure. It was too different. But I definitely, Joey. There's no way you're not buying a pedal this year. You've made it through January, but I don't think you're making it 11 more months. I definitely have. But Emily was there. Emily was at Effector Market, along with Russ. That was cool. I didn't get to talk to them, but they were there. I did play the Black Fountain. I thought that was rad. And last one, Mark, we talked about this. If I change it, it'll probably be like to something like 40-watt fill, and then there's a 40-watt podcast that's based on that. But yeah.
Oh, my printer ran out of paper. Oops.
Oh no.
I mean, so we have school funds from the charter school for my kid, and one year we were like, we had a bunch left over, so we had to spend it, and so we bought like 2 reams of paper a couple years ago, so I will never run out of printer paper again in my life. Like, I will never not have printer paper in the house, I feel like.
Michael Cross, I think that sounds like a great idea.
Wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
Fine by me. No, that's fun. And then we can swap too. I'll stream from the 40-watt side, and you can stream from
I don't stream, so I'll just hop in on you guys.
Yeah.
So interesting on this whole, like, these aren't the first folks I've heard say I'm not buying a pedal or I'm not buying a whatever this year.
Sure.
Have either of you already bought things this year in January? Obviously, Steve just said he bought a parting.
No, but I always go broke with my eyes. So, I mean, I guess imagine delusional state. I've bought things, but no, I mean, my whole thing is usually when it comes to like buying things, guitars and amps are the hardest thing for me to afford. I mean, I have a few already on like payment, things, but even effects pedals now are kind of to the point where it's reachable is they keep getting more expensive, and I'm like, it's either that or a guitar, on some of them. And I tend to like the more weird and crazy, unique ones, which tend to be that bracket of,
a little more expensive.
I tend to like the expensive things, unfortunately. That's my character flaw, I guess.
Mine too.
I think I tend to enter, I don't know. I think I do like maybe 2 or 3 raffles a year.
I enter them too. Yeah. Never win though.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what all pedals I actually bought last year, but I did buy that Roni last year, and I bought
Oh
that.
Yeah, that's right.
I bought the 12-string Squire
Oh yeah,
last year.
that. Yeah.
I also
So-
bought the same 12
You
string.
did, yes.
So I'm sure what I've been thinking about is let me see if I can do
Yeah, I
this.
think we were talking about last year. The Telecaster was the last thing I got last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shift my camera perspective for a second.
It's sparkly.
Oh no. I knocked-
It's like a slow moving car crash. Oh no!
I just knocked down my beer poster. And now I'm too tall to rotate. So basically, this is all pedals, a pedal shelf. I don't know how many pedals are on there, probably like something like 40. And I think I need to sell some pedals, but I don't.
Blasphemy.
It's like the problem is I show that. What the hell?
That's a pedal.
If it's not blown out, but this is fur essentially. It's called a gossamuff. So it's basically a cream puff. If you're familiar with Fran, it's a combination of a cream puff fuzz with a PT 2399 delay, and one feeds into each other. And these eyes light up depending on what mode you've basically gone into. So this was made by Blind Panic Devices. He's in UK.
Oh yeah.
Matt, he's great. I love him. He's always creating really cool shit and a lot of fun. He's a wonderful person.
So the problem that I have is this cabinet back here is also full of pedals.
Yeah. That aren't on display.
That aren't on any sort of display or anything. And there's also a pedal board down here. And so that's where I'm like, no, I think it's time. It is.
Yeah, I have pedals underneath. I have pedals over there. I have pedals in drawers. It's a problem.
Yeah.
I have so many pedals that I've been like, I should do a video about these, and I haven't done them because.
I thought about that too. I've had pedals that I've had for a long time, and was thinking of once I get out from my backlog, which is 3 more videos left, and I was just thinking about doing a series of why do I still have this pedal kind of deal, and then basically using it in the context of why I can't get rid of it because of that thing it does.
Yes.
But now I've told everyone, so feel free to do it before me.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a great idea. I was gonna do a series. And I still am. This is still going to happen. I'm going to do a series.
Bye, Twinny.
Bye, Amanda. I'm going to do a series of videos where I do I've got a couple of different titles I'm tossing around, but it's basically buying cheap, weird things off of Reverb
I love that.
or Guitar Center, Scrapper, Score, Dig It or Ditch It, whatever I call it, something like that. And I bought one, and I bought it over Christmas, and it took a little while to get here, and it was waiting for me when I got back from NAMM. Plugged it in, and it's broken.
Oh.
So I had to send it back, which is unfortunate. So I've got to restart. I thought I'd have one up by now, or one ready to go this week, but nope. Got to get that backlog sorted before you get sued. Anyway.
So I actually very intentionally, you mentioned this earlier, Philip, but I very intentionally, when people asked what my favorite part of NAMM was, did not say the people, because I feel like everybody says the people.
Yeah.
It's a common thing. Yeah.
The tough thing. So one thing we tried to capture, and I hope it came across in the couple of live streams we did from the house, was RG and I talked about this a lot, was the idea of trying to capture that, because that is the most common. What's your favorite thing? Oh, it's the people, but it's all we get. You don't
see it. Yeah,
you don't really see it. You get a lot of, it's like, here's a video where, and this isn't a criticism of anybody who does it this way, because it's hard to capture. It's hard to capture at a show where there's so much gear, and at the end of it feels like that you want to show the new thing, or you want to show, like you said, Joe, like you don't have like a high-end effects store that carries high-end or unique effects near you. So when you're at NAMM, it's like, here's this opportunity to check all this stuff out and get it on camera and whatever. And trying to do both. And I don't know how much I do know when RJ was following me around, I got Trey Xavier on camera. I got Emily from Get Offset on camera.
I did something similar to that, and
Hmm.
I think it's my 5 minutes at NAMM. It was several years ago, and I had Carlos behind me and just filming as we were walking. So the interactions that you saw of me meeting either brands, representatives, or people were us seeing each other, hugging each other, and it was genuinely how we were
Yeah,
chatting and meeting each other. And yes, they are unknowing that, doing that, but I really wanted to capture the spirit, and that's why I kind of
yeah.
did it that way that year.
That's when I live streamed
Yeah.
from the floor. Like that was
Mhm.
the goal of that
Yeah.
was let's just
To
see who we
share
run
that.
into.
Yeah.
And there is a point where we randomly run into Robert Keeley, and he goes, "Let me show you this thing I'm working on." I'm like, "Robert, we're on live stream, so anything you like, make sure whatever you show us."
Mm.
He's like, "I guess we're leaking this." So I haven't gone back and
All
watched
right,
it,
let's do this.
but part of me wants to go back into that live stream and just clip out whatever the hell he's talking about for
Yeah,
2
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to, what do you call it, one of the guys at PRS, and he's like, "Are we filming this right now?" I was like, "Don't worry, it'll be
Yeah.
B-roll. I'll protect you. Like, don't worry about it."
A camera equipped drone. I have a feeling if you try to fly a drone inside of the Anaheim Convention Center, they wouldn't be very happy about it. I do have this idea. I don't know a camera that can do it. So the other YouTuber here is real quick. Pedal Playhouse is Joan. What the
Yes.
your name switching drives me fucking crazy.
It's a stage name. I mean, it's basically a piece of my full name, and I guess other people just call me Joe now too, because you guys do, and you've known me forever. So everybody that knows me for a long time just kind of calls me Joe eventually, because that's the proximity effect of you knowing me, like, personally. So when other people that I don't know, they'll call me by that. Not that I, it's jarring, because I was like, wait, that's a proximity thing, but okay, fine. You're like, you know what I mean? It's I
Yeah.
don't
We
mind,
need
but it's,
we need to come up with a new friend group name for you.
proximity.
Yeah.
But
Joan Tone. How have you not used that yet?
Joan Tone.
Oh, I in the last video I had Figaro say, "Here we're here to talk Joan," or was it Tone with Joan? And I was like, that just worked perfectly.
It does. You got to use that.
At some point, I got to get out from the last three videos in my
Yeah.
backlog, and I'm free. I can do whatever.
So I have this idea for NAMM. It is the worst idea, maybe the worst idea I've had. I'm obsessed with it.
Okay.
I need to start doing a lot of research on how to pull this off. But are you familiar with the movie Sleep, the Andy Warhol film Sleep?
I'm not. No.
God, it's been forever if I did. It was probably when I was in college.
Andy Warhol's Sleep is a 1964 film by Andy Warhol that features 5 hours and 21 minutes of footage of poet John Giorno sleeping, exploring themes of time and repetition in art. It's theoretically unwatchable. They called it an anti-film, apparently.
Video
I don't know.
just somebody sleeping.
I don't know what all's going on. Apparently there is 8 hours of footage. Again, I've not seen it because I'm looking at Wikipedia, and it says that it's the film itself is 5.5 hours long, but it only used 30 minutes of footage. So I don't know if it's just repeated or what. Like, I don't really I don't know what's going on in the film because I've never watched it. I'm not going to watch a 5-hour movie, which only goes to show how bad of an idea this is, that I don't want to watch a 5-hour movie. I'm looking for
Unless it's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I'm looking for a compact, like, wearable camera.
Like a chest cam?
Dude,
like maybe a chest cam
just get
or
a GoPro. Just get a GoPro.
Could be a GoPro. Well,
they make the thing that runners have used and like extreme sports people.
DJI makes that stuff too.
Yeah, you just have to be careful if you hug people, obviously, contact.
Basically, my thought is to get a shirt printed, or maybe just buy a shirt and stencil on a thing that says "You are being filmed," and
see how people react. Yeah.
No, do an 8-hour long NAMM video.
Like a time lapse? Or
no.
Just
Just an
No.
8-hour.
Just basically
Nice.
microphone
Run
on, walking the
Interesting.
NAMM, basically from the point that you are in the parking lot
And the
It's
bathroom.
to going
The
back.
bathroom.
So the only
It's a virtual NAMM experience.
the only cuts in the video would probably be like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom now, and then it goes to like a pause, gap for technical difficulties kind of a thing.
Wait,
No, just goes
No,
to the color charting thing. That's like,
Yeah. And it's like 5 minutes. It's like you'll be watching it, right? And here's the thing, right? It depends on one. You guys know it depends on the bathroom.
that has either the bidet or not.
Oh no. Well, there's that too. But I'm saying like on the NAMM floor, there are parts where, dude, I can't. I'm surprised I've gone an hour and 49 minutes right now without using the bathroom.
I need to go to the bathroom so bad right now. I could get up and go.
Go be a human, Philip. We'll handle this.
So the thing is my idea for this is like, yeah, when you go to the bathroom, like you do the color bars or whatever. Like I'd stop the camera.
Yeah.
But maybe what I would need to do is
please stand by.
Is also running like, well, if the microphone's always running, then I'll have like a time clock with like where I can just say like make notes to myself on the microphone.
Yeah.
And then just be going and then publish like an 8-hour video to YouTube. It's the worst idea ever. It's unwatchable.
Hey, somebody may have it around in the background.
Yeah,
I know some people say that. Yeah.
I have no desire to wear a gimbal.
Gimbals are so difficult at NAMM to work around with. Yeah.
Yeah, or even like a wearable. Like I've seen people do that at NAMM. No, what you want is there's a company. I don't know if it's Insta or if it's DJI that makes like a hat mount.
Maybe
like there's hat mount cameras, but the problem is it's not finding a camera that's small enough, because like Philip said, like there's GoPro as well, and there's other things like that. The issue is finding something that will last for 8 hours.
Yeah, it is the Osmo Action baseball cap mount. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. But I think the newest Osmo, I forget what it's called. With the newest, like, is it maybe the Osmo Nano, something like that, Osmo Micro. Again, why not just do Meta glasses? One, because they're $300, and then I'd have to
they're expensive. I thought about it too.
In them.
Yeah.
Two, will they power for 8 hours? I don't know.
No, I don't think they will. Yeah.
So that, they're saying like you can do that with the camera, but do they go? I don't know how long I
don't think they
gone. So this is the question I have. There's a DJI one where how do I get to the I'm trying to get back to the one we had before.
Oh, you keep talking. I'll figure it out.
There's do a IRL streamers do with the 360 out of a backpack? I don't
No, the 360.
Like that.
That thing.
I've worked with those. I don't really like that. Snarky, I'm going to get to that in a minute because I watched that movie because of you, and I have thoughts. In fact, I think we talked about that on the last live stream. But yeah, so I'm looking for like, I don't know if it's an Osmo solution or a GoPro solution or who makes the solution, and what the whole thing with there's a Osmo, one of the Osmos now has quick recharge, and it will do I think 200 minutes. Yeah, Michael Krause, just swap out the card and battery at bathroom breaks. I don't know if any of the DJIs have swappable batteries. Maybe that's the solution, is to find something that has swappable batteries. Probably do need multiple, like, unless I get like a terabyte card, would need multiple card. Which one? What?
No, it was a question in the comment of like, those NAMM toys in the middle of that top pedal shelf. I'm like, which one are you talking about?
I know how to get us back to that screen. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to share this screen. This is the guitar we're giving away. If you click the link.
I have a link too. Just
Joe has one as well. But when I take this away, when I stop sharing, it puts us back to here.
Joe, this little, it's like, I'm putting my mouse on it, like you can see it on your upper shelf. There's like a little toy in front of a red pedal.
Yes,
That's the reference.
Yes, that was from Arizona that I kind of snuck in by. I don't think Carlos knows about it.
Oh, he does.
Cactus.
He does now.
He does now.
Oh, that's cool. So that's kind of like this thought that I have. I told RJ, and he's like, "This is the worst idea ever."
I just got busted.
And
Holy shit, you spent that the money on that sheet.
and my thought is, if
adorable.
I do figure out a way to make this 8-hour NAMM video, I would just put it on the second channel.
Oh, when you went
I
for a
got
trip.
you food.
That's what you did.
Sorry.
Figaro is learning about expenses live.
I want to go back to this.
I was
I mentioned
outed.
this. Have you guys seen the Running Man remake?
No.
It's so the comment is it wasn't bad. I would go as far to say that it was actually good. I was pleasantly surprised. One, I think it's actually from what I've read, it's actually closer to the source material than the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. And I think once you get over that, like it's decent. Like it's a decent movie. It was much better than I expected.
Interesting.
I expected like a half-assed attempt at a remake.
Yeah.
And it was actually good.
So I have nothing to add to that, but I do want to back up to the way you were talking about filming this. I did discover, because I used my phone as my camera for all of NAMM, and the one problem I had was battery life.
Yeah.
I did carry around.
I can't use the iPhone. I have like a 12 that's like ancient at this point. No way.
So for me, the video is great. I'm recording, and I got that little hub with the hard drive that made editing video
that was
really
smart.
easily.
Yeah, I was thinking about that for the future if I get a new camera. I mean, phone.
Highly recommend it. Now that hub will work on any phone that's USB-C. So obviously your phone's a little older than that. But my one issue was battery life. So I did have it because I couldn't charge while using the USB port. I tried, the hub wouldn't pass the power to the phone. But I am going to buy one of those battery pack cases for my phone that does it via the MagSafe charging on the back instead of the plug-in.
Yeah.
And I think that for me, that's going to be just ace, because I was able to get about not live active filming, but because I use the Blackmagic app, it leaves my phone on the whole time.
Nice.
And so it was draining faster.
Oh, of course. Yep.
So I was getting about 3-4 hours before it was down into like below 20%. But then I have like a fast charger power bank that would charge it to full in like a half hour. So it wasn't too bad. But I think with that battery pack,
the battery packs are great. That's what I carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's snarky. I literally just said that I watched it because you told me to. Like, what? Jesus Christ, pay the fucking attention, dude.
Come on, Snarky.
I'm finding like body cams, like straight up like
I hope that
$70
they have
Amazon things.
I hope they have the system now with better, I guess, shake, obviously control. Because I remember when I did that in the past, there was, of course, you move like this, but that was probably like 10 years ago. So I'm sure it's gotten better. We did something like that.
Yeah.
Where we kind of jerry-rigged with PVC tubes of like a third-person thing. We went to a zombie race where you wear these flags and you basically your lives are that if they yank them off to you through the obstacle course with the people zombies there. And the biggest problem was the shake. It's just basically if you don't have something like steady and of course on your chest when you're walking, unless they have some kind of stable system that is right now, like you're gonna give someone motion sickness. So I hope they've improved that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I we'll see. I think there's a lot of other. I have a couple of GoPros sitting around here, so like I need to use them for something.
When I first started my channel, if you go all the way to the back to the beginning, I was using like my old GoPros to like get me in the room. So it's if you're doing a channel thing, just start with whatever gear you have, and GoPros is fine.
For sure. for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
They're great.
But yeah, I don't. Obviously, I have a few months to figure this out.
Yeah.
I've found some threads where people are talking about like being able to do 8 hours with like a GoPro,
Uh-huh.
with like hot swapping batteries and stuff. Um, so I'm just gonna have to do some research, I guess. But RJ's already told me like this is the worst idea. Like a lot of people have told me it's the worst idea, and I'm like, I know, but it's like the ridiculousness of it that I feel like makes it like, and again, like no cuts. The only cuts would be like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. There's going to be a cut here. Like, that would
Intermission
be it.
music, just put
Yeah.
it in right
And
there.
then the other thing is like, the thought would be to use like a little one of those DJI or whatever mics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the 3.
Those things aren't going to last 8 hours either. So that's
No.
But then
No,
I
no,
guess like if I had
hours.
2 mics, I could maybe hot swap mid.
Yeah, if you bought the pair, yeah.
Ian, I think that would be the idea. Is if I did this, it would go on the shorts channel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Like,
not on the main, yeah.
I think by the end of this year, the shorts channel will just be a second channel.
Yeah.
It will be hosting shorts and then hosting like, I mean, I've even had the thought that
It makes sense.
that it would probably make more sense from like a YouTube algorithm perspective. It would make more sense to have this live stream on the second channel.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Obviously, for subscriber base purposes, it makes more sense to have it on the main. But Phil McKnight talks about this too. We're coming full circle here. Phil McKnight has said, and I think it's totally true numerically, the live streams actually hurt his channel.
Well, I know for example, I know that having the hour-long podcast episodes on my channel hurts the performance of the shorter videos I do.
Yeah,
because they don't get fed to as many people. So it just is what it is.
Michael, this is kind of maybe the idea.
Yeah.
This is part of
less people for us to weed through.
but it's not to stop people from wanting to go, but it's just like what is the most immersive NAMM experience? I think it's to to basically create from my perspective at least the most immersive NAMM video ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have anxiety, don't go. I mean, I have anxiety, but like I manage because I know other people there, and I have someone with me, so I survive. But yeah, there's a lot of people.
You have an emotional support figure.
Yes, I do.
Well, so that's the thing is like when people ask me like, I want to go to NAMM. I want to do. No, you don't.
No,
you think
it's work. It's
NAMM.
work. Yeah.
NAMM is not like the best music store experience you've ever had. It's not like that. It sucks. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, and
NAMM itself sucks.
And anytime somebody's like, "Hey, you want to play this?" It's a clean, like a dry amp, no effects or its distortion. It's all situations in which I normally don't play with things. So it's like they don't have pedals with every amp that's there. So I don't get to play things with reverb, delay, or modulation or anything. And it's like just also being overstimulated by so much going on. Like my brain is like, what even do I play? Like I just blank just because it's exhausting.
People Phil Sinon's channel on Friday, people think it's a big party.
It's exhausting.
I mean, there are aspects of it that
there
are.
Is.
The biggest thing my biggest fear with this, so Dylan says I would throw on an 8-hour NAMM tour for the background. My girlfriend and I like to quote visit Fender Tokyo, and we'll put on tour videos. I think my actual thing that I think would be a problem isn't the length of the video itself. I think the video itself would actually could be potentially interesting to certain kinds of people like this. It's that the audio, there's no way to make the audio clean. It's just
it would be a mess.
It would be horrible.
The
flashbacks.
The lav, the DJI lav or Rode or whatever, they do get the best audio quality in terms of like, because you're right here. Someone complained about me doing Gen Z hold, but honestly, like I prefer Gen Z hold but to wearing it
Gross.
as a clip, especially with my beard, I get a lot of noise
No,
sometimes with that rubbing.
I got really good sound, and some people didn't even have it actually close to their mouth. They had it way down on
Yeah.
like their name tag. I got surprisingly great audio out of my Rode.
I learned the first year that I went, I wore it like a clip down here. And as much as everyone gives everyone gripe about holding it like a microphone, it actually works best at that distance. If you have it here, it will be almost impossible to not have everyone sound like a robot. And now
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
the reason the last 2 years is that I've put one of those DJIs inside the microphone, handle
Right.
to hand off to people, has also been the best case scenario because you don't have crosstalk when you have 2 of those to clip it
Yep.
on someone, and it's better for editing because you have person 1, person
Yeah.
2, like
Yep.
that makes it
The
easier.
we had the sticks this year. We just didn't always have them
Yeah.
on us. So they're better for, I think the sticks are better for like people who aren't like, they're 100% better for
Yeah.
people who aren't doing it regularly,
Yeah, I have those. I just didn't use them this year. I took them with me.
I didn't use that one. I have a
Yeah.
different one this year.
I,
Yeah.
I'm so used to doing the Gen Z hold for various, because we've done it for multiple events, that
Yeah.
like
Yes.
it feels natural to me.
It makes
Yes,
sense.
yes, Michael. Yes,
It
Michael.
actually, well, I'm gonna mention that on the Michael
It
Krause.
is. I love going though, but it's
The
overwhelming.
worst GC experience imaginable. Yes, and understand that your worst imaginable isn't bad enough to be NAMM.
No.
The microphones. So I had mine on the whole time, so I'm getting the meters on the receiver the whole time. Ambient noise in the NAMM hall was 85 to 90 decibels.
Yeah, we didn't have a rating, but on Friday at NAMM, I went to go just talk to Sully, John Sullivan at Sully Guitars.
Yeah.
And Sir was doing some kind of live demo guy, some 80s metal dude. I don't know who he was. Who's probably somebody super cool that I should have actually figured out. But he's doing the Sir thing, which Sir is for all of their guitars being Strats and Telecasters and whatever, they are basically PRS.
Oh,
in
in
terms
a lot
of
of
their
ways.
artist roster, like they
Yeah.
got a lot of those guys. But on the DJI, there's a little meter on the back, and we were almost peaking without just
Yeah.
turning the mic on.
Yep.
It was when I was talking into the microphone, it started peaking like right away, because that's how loud I had to talk in order to communicate. Yeah, OSHA could probably sue NAMM, but the thing is it's not even like, it's just from the number of people. Like, even if there was zero instrument, like if it was a 100%
No,
silent space,
it's the people all yelling at each other to hear each other, and that's why we lose our voices, because we're trying to have a conversation and screaming at each other to have a conversation that you can hear.
yeah.
I didn't realize how much I was having to scream to be heard until
Yeah.
I listened back to the audio on my videos and realized, like, the Eli at the Two Rock booth, right? At the time
Yeah.
that I asked him the question, there was nobody playing guitar, and it was just so loud I had to scream.
Mhm.
And he's talking at a normal volume
Right.
while recording. Let's just put it this way. I had no idea what he said in that video until I listened back to the audio, because I could not hear him on the floor
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, I have instances of that over the last couple of years where I would be talking to someone and I catch little parts of what they're saying, and I'm having to navigate then to either ask the next question or to segue off of what they said, and obviously to take it further in that direction. But yeah, you're talking to people, and sometimes you catch a little of what they're saying, and you're kind of in survival mode in the conversation, but you mean well, you're doing your best.
I've found filtering
I have
earplugs
those.
don't
My
Yeah.
ears are
super
too
help.
small.
I've
it
got
doesn't work.
mine. They didn't work. They don't
Doesn't
help.
work.
They
Yeah.
did not
my
help.
my ears are tiny and none of the things ever fit, so I'm just
I think even what what I found with earplugs is I've used some of the different, maybe, I haven't used earpiece specifically, which was brought up. But I've used a bunch of different brands on the floor, And the issue is that like it's actually earplug. I will say, I don't know, maybe I'm losing my sensitivity or something, which could be bad. But I feel like I was telling Blake Weiland, I did Tone Mob, by the way, guys. If any of you are Tone Mob
Oh,
listeners, I'll
nice.
be on Tone Mob soon, like in the next week, because we did a NAMM recap.
Jason just did a episode 2 a couple of weeks ago.
So basically, one of the things I was telling him is 2020 was so loud. NAMM 2020 was so loud that everything since then seems quiet in comparison to me. So even this year, people are like, "Oh, it's so busy, it's so hectic." But for the most part, like I felt very comfortable inside of NAMM. Like it's overwhelming. The amount of sound is overwhelming.
Yeah, I get overwhelmed.
It's nonstop. It's like someone was saying
overstimulating. Yeah.
Who says you should only be exposed to 90 dB for 4 hours per week? But what I would say is in the past, like in 2019, 2020, NAMM was, I would say NAMM was like borderline painful.
Yeah.
Whereas
certain areas were really painful for me.
Yeah. But now it feels like it's more overwhelming from a processing standpoint than just outright loud.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Do you guys, I mean, you guys were there too. Your experiences may be a little different than mine, but like you were saying, Philip, like I definitely, there were certain situations where felt like I was yelling at people to talk to them. But back in I didn't lose my voice this year. I haven't lost my voice at NAMM since 2020.
I'm hella prone to losing my voice in general, so that's just a thing for me. Also, I'm a talker. I have a podcast. It's who I am as a person, and I'm a loud talker. Always have been. But it having to talk at that volume for that long, just to talk to people, and that was what I was saying about losing the basement was a problem because suddenly they put all of guitar. Now, granted, it's less than usual. It's a little down, but they put all of guitar in one floor. And it's Mark. Yeah. Libraries aren't quiet places anymore. Go to your public library. They're loud. But I found the protocols from 2018 NAMM. Do you know what their decibel level they claim the noise police are going to come in and enforce?
It's 85, right?
85.
Yeah.
That was like the max. And if you exceed more than that, it can't be for more than like 3 minutes for a demo for a buyer. I'm like, the floor itself is 85 decibels. It's so loud. And so having to talk over it, ignore getting sick and the fact that nobody's eating or drinking enough water or properly prepared for it. And we're all shaking hands and I try to bump fists instead.
Hand sanitizer constantly.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did too. And like my hands started to dry out because of it.
But flashbacks, yes.
Yeah, the flashbacks are bad.
Yeah, traumatic flashbacks.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. Also, just going back because I see Jacob's commenting here. Jacob said, maybe Philip will maybe the camera guy at Fretboard. Maybe if you want to follow me around and film at Fretboard, let's do it. So I'd love not to be trying to film and talk to people at the same time because it's real tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
We are over 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we probably should wrap up. Maybe take a couple more questions. There is an area, Joey, where there's I don't know if there was this year.
It was there, the little vendor area.
There
vendor,
was like
trucks.
Last year there was like a ramen place in the middle of the drum section.
Oh yeah, I didn't see. I didn't even go to the drum section this year, not once.
Nope.
I did want to comment on the basement being gone. I understand why they did it.
Me too.
I do understand why the logistics, but basically they took all of the Chinese import section and moved it up into Hall D.
Yeah. But also, like last year in the basement, that's where Collings was. That's where Mule was.
Right.
That's where like a Santa Cruz, all the acoustic folks went downstairs.
Yeah.
And that's where I would go to find my respite. That's where I'd find my break from the noise.
It was quieter.
At the Collings booth this year, I wanted to film and realized unusable.
Mm-hmm.
It was so loud.
Yeah, I wish this year that I had brought my Zoom to direct record, and I forgot it in the hustle bustle of night before getting ready to go. And I love that kind of way that I could directly record pedal boards, right into the Zoom thing while I was doing it.
Yeah.
So now this year, that's why I was kind of not playing as much, because just like with all this noise, like I'm not even going to be showing anything, because what really are you going to hear besides like the noise floor of the floor and the thing? Like that's not helpful to anyone.
No, it's really not. Joey says, I'm running a taco stand. I mean, you might make your money back. That might be a viable business model.
Oh my gosh. One last thing, we've said it a couple times. We all have links down below down in the description to the Sweetwater giveaway for NAMM.
Enter using all of them.
Yeah, hit your thumbs up and whatever on one channel or the other or both.
They are affiliate links. We need to say that. So that means if you do use all of them, use mine last.
Use different emails and everybody gets equal attention.
And I'm trying to think anything else that we need to say.
No, I think we're good. I think we covered an awful lot. This may be one of our better episodes, Steve. It's because Joan's here.
I think we actually stayed on track for the most part. Not really.
Yeah, I had to pull you back to
the
wood microphone.
But yeah, let's see. It's like going to the acoustic room at guitar. I mean, I've never been in a Guitar Center that was loud enough that I felt like I needed a break for what it's worth.
So I accidentally wandered into a space at NAMM, and I got to tell you, it was the most peaceful space there. And I think I'm just going to become, and it was the piano room, and I think I'm going to become a piano YouTuber at this point.
Yeah, we had one at the house. Yeah.
And now I have Ryan's Sweetwater link down in the description instead of Phillips. So
dang it. So go over to 40 Watt Podcast, click the link. I forgot to put that in the Airbnb recommendations. They need to tune that piano.
Oh my gosh. We didn't even talk about that stuff. I mean, that we could do another hour.
That's a whole
the alarm that goes off.
Mark, everyone played the piano at the house. We all played it.
Even me.
Badly.
I don't play piano.
I don't play piano. I just played like
I played enough to get through college, and you could tell that that's about all I play.
I mean, some of y'all were like, "Oh, this piano's out of tune," and I was just like, "Oh, I just thought it was me not knowing how to play piano." So
there was one note in particular. I think it was like a D5. It was up in that range. And so the way pianos are, there's multiple strings per note. So all three strings have to be tuned. I think all three strings of that note were different pitches. Like microtonally out.
I actually don't, was it 4 rooms?
No,
5 rooms.
6 bedrooms.
6 bedrooms. I had no idea. I know.
6 bedrooms, 3.5 baths.
Yeah. So it was sizable.
2 bidets.
No, I already knew.
No, there were more than that. There was bidets in every one of them.
What is
Sargi
that?
says he can play the Pink Panther theme.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to leave you all with this. We're gonna wrap up after this. One of the bidets. So every bathroom had a bidet, but one of them, one upstairs, had like an electronic control system, and I think there was a short or a battery dying or something. So or there was a button that was too close to the bidet button.
I think it was intentional.
So there's a button that sends an alarm throughout the entire house, because I think this home at one point housed someone who was elderly, because there was an elevator lift to one of the bedrooms.
Yeah.
And I think that's the bathroom that's like right outside that room or in that room. And so when somebody would use the bidet, it would send an alarm throughout the entire house. So everyone knew.
Yeah, it was kind of like the sound of like a smoke detector that it was battery either died or dying.
Yeah,
So
which
at
is exactly
first,
what I thought it was the
that's
first
what we
time.
thought it was, and then the last day we were just like, no, that's the bidet if someone uses it. So now it was just like everybody was trying to see if it actually what. Yep, it was tested and it
Yep.
was that bidet. Someone's at the car wash.
All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Joe, thank you so much for coming and joining
No,
us.
thank you for having me.
Chat, like and share and subscribe or whatever. I don't know. Do what you
Yeah.
need to do. Stay grounded, everyone.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah.